All right, good morning, everyone. It is 9 o'clock, so we'll call the meeting to order. Preston, would you say the prayer and please lead the pledge? Please rise.
Place the flag. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Bow our heads, please. Heavenly Father, thank you for this day, the blessings of our meeting. Father, let's go with us now as we go into this council meeting. Heavenly Father, to have clear minds and give us best for the county. Father, just bless everyone that showed up today. To go with us, lead, guide, and direct us in Jesus' name. Amen.
Yes. All right, we'll start out with the approval of the minutes. So have you all had a chance to review the minutes that were sent in advance?
Yes.
Okay, with that, I'll entertain a motion for approval.
So moved.
Okay, I have a motion from Preston. Do I have a second on the floor? Second from Rondale. Any further discussion? Okay, with that, all those in favor, please raise your right hand. Okay, motion carries. All right, next I have Kevin on our list. Kevin, if you would like to come forward and talk about your budget for next year.
Morning, all.
Morning.
Originally, my budget for 2022 was $40,000 for travel and training. Okay, I asked for an increase to $44,000, but my drivers have never had a raise since I've been in this position, and they're going back. It goes back several years where they're still being paid the same amount. And I'd like to change my budget for mileage and training from 44 for 23 for $44,000 to $50,000. So I'm asking for $10,000 over what it originally was.
And what line item is that again?
On the budget was it's mileage and training.
Okay.
And for 2022, the mileage and training budget was $40,500. And I proposed, when I turned in my budget, I proposed raising that to $44,000. But I'd like to give my drivers a raise. And well, I figured I'd be able to run just about another $6,000. So I'm asking to change my budget for mileage and training from 44 for 23 to 50,000. I should take 44,000 to 50,000.
Okay. Council, do you have any questions for Kevin?
How many drivers do you have?
It's just hard to. I originally had just two, and I just recently picked up 2 more drivers.
You got a total of 4?
4 drivers. 3 of them will be driving locally, and occasionally down in Louisville. The other driver drives the DAV van, and he drives that almost every day to Louisville.
How many veterans do you take to local on average?
And that, I didn't figure that up, but probably about 3. Didn't think to bring it up here, but I keep a record of how many per month, how many veterans we transport, and it's significant. So
most of those Kevin to Zorn Avenue. Most of those.
it has been Zorn Avenue up until they started the community care, and now VA is contracting facilities to do a lot of the stuff, so it's all over Louisville. Now, if it's the DAV driver going down, that's been a $50 run regardless. No matter where he goes, if he goes to Scottsburg or goes to Louisville, it's $50, and that's for him to stay with those veterans until they're done. But he may make 2 to 3 runs a day, because they have appointments in the morning. We pick our veterans up and have them at appointments at 5:30 in the morning, up to 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So my DAV driver may make 2 runs a day. And the other drivers, for the Scottsburg run, they pay $40 a day.
Question, you say you hired 2 more drivers, so you have a total of 4.
I had 4, but only one of those 4 drives the DAV van. Now, I've got one I picked out that I'm going to
But I
send.
think the point is that helped relieve the pressure off of the other 2
Oh,
drivers.
absolutely, yes.
So
yes.
it's not like
Not
we're
like
up in the deal, it's that we're being able to meet the need
yes.
without pressurizing the 2 that's there right now.
I don't think we can do enough. That's not, okay.
Okay, council, how are you feeling about increasing this? Is this a decision you'd like to make now?
I agree with you.
I just need a consensus of the council.
We just did that.
Well, be for next year's budget,
Just, yeah.
so yeah, general.
So we don't need a formal motion, but I'm looking around the room, it looks like we have general consensus to increase that.
You said they just
Okay.
had consensus, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay?
Alright, the other
Thank you,
thing I really want to talk about was, I'm leaving in October,
Yes.
and we've done our interviews last week. Ben Bowling, Todd Ewing, myself interviewed three candidates that were able to be at the interview day. I originally had 4 resumes, but the other candidate, 4th candidate, was on a fishing trip and couldn't get back. So, but of those, do you want my recommendations for who I'd like to see take my position?
We'll do that tomorrow.
Is it tomorrow? Okay, my bad.
Yeah, I think that would be, that's a commissioner decision.
Right.
Okay, all right, my bad.
No, that's okay.
Okay.
Thank you all.
Yeah, thank you.
I really appreciate the support for our veterans.
Thank you for your service, yes.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you. With that, Michelle, are we good to move forward on the public hearings?
Yes.
Okay. All right, with that, we'll open up the public hearing for the Delaney Creek Conservancy. Is there anyone here to speak on behalf of Delaney Creek Conservancy? Am I going to close that now?
Unless there's someone in the public that wants to.
Okay. All right, with that, we will conclude the public hearing for Delaney Creek Conservancy. Michelle, do I need a motion to close that? Okay, with that, I'll entertain a motion to close that public hearing. Okay, motion by Bubba, second from Preston. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Okay, motion carries, public hearing is closed. Next, we'll open the public hearing for the Washington County Solid Waste Management. Is there anyone in the audience or any members of the council that would like to speak to the Washington County Solid Waste Management budget? Okay, with that, I'll entertain a motion to close the public hearing for solid waste. Okay, Rondale makes the motion. Do I have a second? Okay, Preston seconds. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries. Public hearing is closed. Next, we'll move on to Brown Vernon Fire District. We'll open the public hearing for Brown Vernon Fire District. Is there anyone here to make a comment on Brown Vernon Fire District? Okay, with that, I'll entertain a motion to close the public hearing. Okay, motion by Preston, second from Rondale. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Okay. Motion carries. All right, lastly, we will have the Blue River Fire District. We will open the public hearing for Blue River Fire District. Is there anyone in the public who would like to make a comment? Hearing none, with that, I'll entertain a motion to close the public hearing. Have a motion from Bubba. Do I have a second? Second from Rondell. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries. Public hearing for Blue River Fire District is now closed. Okay, next we do have a public hearing for the Washington County budget. And Michelle, will that include will we need to change what we just did for?
Well, you have the consensus on it, open up the public hearing, see if there's any public comment,
Okay,
then close the public hearing, and then we can have a budget discussion.
okay, sounds good. Okay, so with that, I'll open up the public hearing for the Washington County budget. Are there any comments on the budget for the county? Okay, seeing none, I'll entertain a motion to close the public hearing for the Washington County government. Okay. I have a motion from Rondell. Do I have a second? Second from John. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. Okay, motion carries. The public hearing is now closed. Okay, so with that, we'll move on to budget discussion. Is there anything for the good of the order in regards to budget discussion from the council? Okay, I do have one item to bring up. Several of you may have received a phone call as well, but I did speak to Judge Medlock about the salary for his staff. He had mentioned that he felt like there was a pay discrepancy between the staff in his office and the Superior Court. And so he wanted me to bring that up to the meeting because he's unable to be here today. I told him I was unsure if the council would take action on that, as we really did look through our budget and we've made a lot of strategic decisions as it comes to salaries and pay adjustments, but he wanted that to be voiced. Any further discussion on the budget? Okay, with that, we'll move on. Next item on the agenda. Next item on the agenda, we have received a resignation letter from Max Green from the BZA, and he is the council appointment, so with that, we will need to reappoint someone for the BZA. And with that, if you have a nomination, I'd be happy to entertain that.
I'll make a motion to appoint Keely to that.
I'll second that.
Okay, I have a motion from John and a second from Preston to nominate me to serve on the BZA. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. Okay.
Because you're a public official, that may not be legal. I'll have to go ahead and look it over, but you might want to look over the thingies on that, because he was a citizen member.
Okay, we will seek legal counsel for that. Thank you, Rhonda. Okay, with that, we do also have a redevelopment commission appointment. And with that, I'll entertain a motion for the council appointment to the redevelopment commission, if you have a nomination. Dan had identified Ryan Watson as a potential replacement for him on the board. Is that a person that's still interested in serving, Ben?
I don't know, did you get a hold of him?
I haven't had a further conversation with him. no.
Okay. Last I talked to him was, I brought it before the council, and then I asked if there's any question from you all to contact him, but I can't say for a fact that I know.
Ryan Watson?
He actually ran for council.
I think he'd be a good fit myself.
Yeah.
You what?
I think he'd be a good fit.
Okay.
I apologize, I thought he was already appointed, that's my bad.
We tabled that the last meeting.
Okay, I was thinking he got appointed.
So with that, if you all feel comfortable with making a nomination, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make.
Okay, Preston makes a motion to put Ryan Watson on the redevelopment commission as the council appointment. Do we have a second? Okay, Rondell seconds. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Okay, motion carries. Okay, with that, we do have some additional appropriations to make. You should have a copy of that in your inbox. So Michelle, did these need to be done individually?
No, you can do them all together if you want.
Okay. Are there any questions on the additional appropriations? Okay, Todd, would you like to talk about the grounding with the Justice Center?
Yes, I would. Right out of the gate here, I'm going to blame this on COVID. Of course, we don't like to do additional appropriations. However, this kind of came about last year after the budget. What was happening was we have these 13 rooftop units out at the Justice Center and the jail. And we were having problems with failures, and come to find out, long story short, we had a major grounding problem. Now, I'm not going to point fingers, but the truth of the matter is, someone kind of dropped the ball when they designed the facility and didn't put a whole lot of emphasis on grounding. I'm talking mainly about lightning strikes. We've got that big tower out there, kept getting hit, causing, wreaking havoc with Bill Bradford and the phone system. Every time you turn around, something would blow up, and come to find out, through the efforts of Phil Marshall, and I praise him for this, kind of being on top of things. He, did what someone should have done many, many years ago and did a little investigating, did a little legwork, and come to the conclusion we got a grounding problem. So this company, Advantage Electric, they were having problems getting materials at the time here recently, a while back. Copper wire was at a premium. But the long and the short of it is we're doing this additional appropriation so we don't have further damage to any of the infrastructure, phones, rooftop units, just about everything out there at the Justice Center. This should have been done when the building was built. It was not. So we're playing catch up like we tend to do so many times.
Thank you, Todd. Council, do you have any questions about the grounding at the Justice Center?
Do they stand behind their product when they ground, and is there any warranties or guarantees or anything, Todd?
Well, it's kind of a gray area when you're talking about an act of God. It's a matter of physics. It's and running some wire. You ground it and hope for the best. It's no different than anything else, but it will certainly eliminate a lot of the problems that we've had in blowing up rooftop units and messing up the phone lines. It's kind of a no-brainer. Why it was not done in the past, I don't know. But I can pull the contract out if you want to see it. I don't have it in front of me.
It might also be helpful to talk to some neighboring counties to see if they've had that issue and if they've been able to get a warranty when they've had that addressed.
Had not had issues because they're grounded. We weren't. Yeah, I'll dig up the information for you.
I thought they had one point of grounding in that.
Yeah, it's just not enough.
Yeah.
Todd, you forgot to mention the computers. I had two of mine that were
The computers, yeah.
zapped.
Yep.
It halts workflow.
Anything that's got wires attached to it.
Well, are the electric, that sort of equipment within the Justice Center, are they plugged into surge protectors or are they plugged into the outlet?
But yeah, they're surge protectors, yeah.
Okay.
So,
It's surge protector won't do any good. if
No,
it
I'm not
has
saying
ground.
it will, no, I'm not saying it would solve it, but I do think just to protect the equipment investment that we've
Yeah,
made,
yeah.
I hope those are all plugged into
But
it.
without the building being grounded, a surge detector, the voltage coming through burns up the surge detector. If it's too much coming through.
Yeah, if the surge protector doesn't have a ground, you might as well not even have a surge protector.
Is that not something we could go back and look at the original installer and see if there was any grounds for them making that right?
Are you serious?
Yeah,
That's been done.
okay, just check it.
After about 2 years, you're on your own.
Gotcha.
Actually, a year.
What's the name of the company?
Advantage Electric.
They've done the grounding test where they went and checked every piece
Yeah.
to come back with this price
Yeah,
to make sure they are protected.
Yeah.
And they're going direct to a ground
yeah,
and not getting blocked someplace before
yeah.
it goes to the one point. So he checked that very thoroughly, tested it, not mistaken.
Yeah.
At each point to make sure it was making contact to make that proposal.
Yeah.
During that first year, we didn't have any issues with grounding
The first year,
after it was originally.
it's not finished yet.
Gotcha.
Any further discussion on the grounding issue, council? Okay. Any comments on the coroner autopsy? Okay, and then the alcohol and drug? Okay, with that, I will entertain a motion for these 3 additional appropriations, which is $67,500 out of Cadget for the grounding for the Justice Center, $10,000 for the autopsy, general coroner autopsy, and then $25,000 for alcohol and drug. I will entertain a motion for the approval of those additional appropriations.
Make a motion.
Okay? Ben makes a motion, Rondell seconds. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. Motion carries.
And I will say for the county coroner's office, that's so hard for her to figure out and look in that crystal ball, but if she orders an autopsy, we have to pay for it regardless. So I just, not even funds there, just in case.
Okay. All right, with that, Kyra, do you have anything?
No.
John, do you have anything?
No, then I guess I'll take a look at ECA.
Okay. All right, any comments from the board? We'll start with Bubba. Do you have anything?
No.
Okay, Preston? Okay, Ben?
Yes. How many of you read your AIC book that you just recently got? I think you had a copy of it that long ago. The one that comes through the mail, the little magazine update?
Magazine or the salary survey book?
No.
Magazine.
It's a monthly issue.
Mhm.
Dig yours out. If you haven't read it, read the article on taxation, because the guy's far on where you're going to be challenged in the next few years. It's very well done. That's to the point. You're going to be faced with everything he mentions in that article. So it's very, very good information for you to have. How you're going to, if you get in a bind, how you're going to get out and where you can go to get out, that you may not have the room to get out. So, like I said, it's a good article.
Is that what it's called?
Yes. Yes, that's from AIC.
Yeah, it's in that. I think that's the copy that sentence. If that's yes,
Okay,
that's the one you need to read.
okay. John Rebel, or Ben, do you have anything else?
No.
Okay, John Rebels? Rondell? Nothing from me either. Todd, do you have anything you'd like to share?
No, I think we're good.
All right, with that, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Okay, Preston makes a motion. Okay, Rondell seconds. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Meeting adjourned.